Cody Rhodes will lose the WWE Championship at Wrestle Palooza, who is taking over WWE after Triple H. WWE forced to cancel major Wrestle Palooza match after injury. The WWE is planning 6 major returns. The WWE is planning a major role for Rey Mysterio in AAA. Ludwig Kaiser's El Grande Americano role forced him to learn Spanish. Seth Rollins' career is closer to the end. A controversial star is working an unapproved WWE angle with CM Punk. Why Brock Lesnar versus John Cena isn't headlining WWE Wrestle Palooza. Let's dive right in. Who is taking over WWE after Triple H? Triple H stepped up to run WWE after Vince McMahon left following the TKO merger. The Game has been a key player behind the scenes for the Stamford company for a long time. Since hanging up his boots, he's focused on the daily workings of WWE. One of his top achievements was building NXT, starting with the 2012 rebrand of FCW. You could say wrestling wouldn't be the same without NXT. While the King of Kings holds the CCO spot now, several stars today could step in if he ever retires. Cody Rhodes got asked just that. The next 4 stars stand ready to lead WWE after Triple H. Number 1. Seth Rollins learned from the Game. Triple H has guided many, like Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins. The visionary was the authority's chosen one, sparking his first big title run. Seth formed the vision to protect the industry's future. It might look like TV drama, but Rollins truly cares about where wrestling heads next. The architect runs his own school, the Black and Brave Academy, and he's a prime example of success from WWE's NXT system. As the first NXT champion, he knows how a promotion grows from a training spot to a TV powerhouse. Number 2. The Rock is one of WWE's biggest stars. The Rock sits on the TKO board, using it in his final boss role to stir up stories with John Cena and Cody Rhodes on screen. The People's Champion has wrestling roots deep in his family, with relatives holding key spots across WWE. Since he's already got power in the merged company, it wouldn't shock to see him take on more someday. Sure, The Rock is a global movie giant, making it tough. That doesn't mean he wouldn't want to play the final boss off-screen too. Number 3. Cody Rhodes already has booking experience. Cody Rhodes helped launch AEW. Though he's out now, his talent spotting and business smarts fueled the young company's early growth. In Tony Khan's group, he hunted for fresh faces like Lee Johnson, MJF, Ricky Starks, Darby Allin, and more. The American Nightmare also co-runs the Nightmare Factory Wrestling School. He drew from old WCW ways, giving him a sharp eye for plots. His love for wrestling shines in every speech and rivalry. If Triple H ever leaves his role, Rhodes would fit right in. Number 4. CM Punk has already been to NXT many times since his return. CM Punk draws love and hate in equal measure. One sure thing about the best in the world, he adores the business. He might have come back to WWE for the paycheck, but he's shown he's ready to lift talent from top to bottom. The Second City Saint has visited NXT often, working with Roxanne Perez and others. He cares about what's next for wrestling, and even said he'd take over NXT from Shawn Michaels someday. The black and silver brand feeds the main roster. Knowing how stars develop and find their style matters. Punk has always owned his voice and guides young wrestlers. That same drive to shape the future like Triple H did with NXT could lead Punk to replace the Game. WWE forced to cancel major Wrestle Palooza match after injury. A WWE star's injury might force the company to drop a key match from Wrestle Palooza. The bout was already promoted, but officials may have no option but to cut it. Heading into Wrestle Palooza, Tiffany Stratton took on Jade Cargill on SmackDown last week. During the match, she hit a moonsault to the outside and came down hard, sparking talk of a possible injury. Then, Nia Jax jumped her after the bell, making it seem like WWE was writing her off TV for good. The company soon confirmed she was hurt and not cleared for a match on NXT. It looked like Tiffany Stratton was lined up to defend her WWE Women's Championship against Jade Cargill and Nia Jax, but a WrestleVotes report says even though a graphic for the match hit the official Wrestle Palooza shirt in Indianapolis and the fight seems locked in, nothing's set in stone. Whether the match goes ahead hinges on Tiffany Stratton's condition. If she can't go, the whole thing could get scrapped. Her status stays unclear right now. More details should come on SmackDown. Asked a source about the Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax versus Jade Cargill matchup graphic on the official Wrestle Palooza shirt in Indianapolis, they said the plan is to feature the match on the card, hence its placement. However, it depends on Stratton's status. She missed NXT Homecoming and remains TBD as of yesterday. Expect clarification tomorrow night on SmackDown. Tiffany Stratton has proven her worth in 2025, turning into a breakout talent. She cashed in her Money in the Bank briefcase to grab the title, and since then, she's held it off against heavy hitters like Bayley, Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, and Trish Stratus, to name a few. We'll have to watch if the star's hurt for real, and if WWE pulls the belt from her as a result. The WWE is planning 6 major returns. WWE gears up to unleash 6 major stars and turn their returns into blockbuster events. A wrestling insider just weighed in on the plans. On a recent Legion of Raw episode from Sportskeeda Wrestle Binge, inside sources dished on WWE's return strategy. Chatting with Dr. Chris Featherstone, sources said WWE has more big moments lined up even after AJ Lee's recent splash. They explained how her comeback delivered a massive payoff and fit into Triple H's playbook for the company. Sources revealed a stack of surprises ready to drop, naming Liv Morgan, Gunther, and Bianca Belair, all sidelined right now. They also pointed to Roman Reigns, taken out at Clash in Paris. They got a CR load of pop still in their back pocket. They got Liv, they got Gunther, they got Bianca, they reshelved the OTC, that's 4 right there. Sources added that Naomi and Paige are next on the comeback list. Naomi and Paige. Paige is going to come out of the pop fund. WWE has delivered plenty of epic returns in recent years. Since Triple H took the reins, Randy Orton's comeback after over a year out with injury lit up the arena. That same night brought CM Punk back in a twist no one saw coming. Lately, Nikki Bella and AJ Lee have added to the thrill with their own huge entrances. The WWE is planning a major role for Rey Mysterio in AAA. Rey Mysterio dealt with back-to-back injuries that kept him out of his planned WrestleMania 41 match. As his comeback nears, WWE seems ready to give him a starring spot. WrestleVotes Radio reports WWE wants to spotlight Rey Mysterio in a key role for the company's fresh AAA partnership once he's healed and back in the ring. Word is, Mysterio's recovering strong after surgery. Insiders also say WWE eyes at least one more AAA streaming show before year's end, with talk leaning towards Survivor Series weekend in San Diego, a spot that fits Mysterio's strong hometown roots. Those in WWE want to feature Rey Mysterio in a major role as part of the new ongoing 8AA rollout once he's back healthy and in action. Mysterio is said to be progressing well after surgery. In addition, sources indicate WWE are considering at least one more AAA streaming event before the end of the year, with speculation pointing to Survivor Series weekend in San Diego. Rey Mysterio's return could be more than a standard comeback. It might turn into a defining chapter in WWE's expanding AAA ties. We'll watch how WWE books him once he's cleared. How pumped are you for Rey Mysterio to lead WWE's AAA push? On the Club 520 podcast, Rey Mysterio heard that when Dominic Mysterio sat for an interview, he claimed that while his father was away on the road, he had been driving his father's cars. He told me that he's the greatest Mysterio and the real Mysterio. Rey knew right away who they meant. He then stressed that Dominic skipped the mask, so he wasn't a Mysterio at all, and the name didn't fit him. Does he wear a mask? Then he's not a Mysterio. Dominic's no-mask choice has shut him out from using the family name. Besides Dominic and Rey, Rey's uncle, known as Rey Mysterio Sr., and El Hijo de Rey Mysterio both carry the legacy and have worn masks. It'll be worth seeing if he keeps the name or sticks to just Dominic. After turning on his father, there's no warmth left between them. Dominic Mysterio juggles his own headaches right now. Beyond getting cut off by his dad, the star deals with trouble in the Judgment Day. Though he's teamed with El Grande Americano, nothing's gone easy for him. Even after grabbing the AAA Mega Championship while keeping the WWE Intercontinental title, he's lost Finn Balor's backing. After El Grande Americano's meddling helped him win the belt, Balor and the rest of the Judgment Day confronted him. Finn Balor warned that since he'd chosen to buddy up with Americano and crown himself king of the Luchadors, he obviously didn't need the Judgment Day, and they wouldn't stand by him anymore. Ludwig Kaiser's El Grande Americano role forced him to learn Spanish. El Grande Americano has been a regular face on WWE TV lately. John Bradshaw Layfield, JBL, thinks Ludwig Kaiser, the man under the mask, deserves big props for his total shift. Kaiser stepped into the El Grande Americano role in June after Chad Gable got hit with a shoulder injury. The German star recently teamed up with Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio. He's also thrown himself into the new character by picking up Spanish. On September 12th, JBL called the latest AAA and WWE Worlds Collide event alongside Corey Graves and Conan. Talking about it on the Something to Wrestle podcast, the Hall of Famer shared how Kaiser's Spanish skills impressed him. "I was watching Grande Americano talk to Conan backstage in Spanish," JBL said. "He didn't know Spanish 2 months ago. They were sitting there talking Spanish. It looks like he's fluent. I think he's more conversational, but it's remarkable. I mean, he has worked incredibly hard to do what he's done. He's been going down to Mexico. He's getting involved in the culture. I mean, he is going all in on this character. It's really impressive what he's doing. Worlds Collide wrapped with Dominic Mysterio beating El Hijo del Vikingo to grab the AAA Mega Championship. El Grande Americano and the Judgment Day helped the 28-year-old pull off the victory. Back in March, Chad Gable first brought out the El Grande Americano character leading into WrestleMania 41. At the event, WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H announced the company had bought the Mexican promotion AAA. Some fans slammed WWE, saying it disrespected Mexican wrestling by making Gable a fake luchador. JBL, though, sees no issue with the gimmick. Everybody's like, "Oh my goodness, don't do this character. It's awful." You go down to Mexico, they love the guy. Mexican fans just want to be entertained. They want to have fun. It's your hardcore guys that get on the internet. They're the guys that just want to be about stuff. In the same podcast, JBL named a match he believes could shatter Mexican attendance records. Seth Rollins' career is closer to the end. Seth Rollins just shared his thoughts on his career path and what's ahead. He gave fans some positive updates. Right now, Rollins leads the Vision in a gripping storyline. He's a force no one can stop, teaming with Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker to dominate WWE's good guys. In a chat with Sports Illustrated, Rollins said he's far from done. Even with injuries and setbacks, he feels stronger than ever. He believes he's at his peak and has plenty of time left before retiring. I'm not at the end of my career. I feel like I'm just in my prime right now, but I'm certainly closer to the end than the beginning. So it's nice to be able to dip my toe into some other waters and see where it ends up. As World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins proved his worth by beating CM Punk, LA Knight, and Jey Uso in a fatal four-way match. But the victory wasn't easy. It happened thanks to his real-life wife, Becky Lynch, who attacked CM Punk. That move pulled AJ Lee back to WWE after 10 years away. Now the two couples face off in a tag team match against Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. The bout will test Rollins in his feud with CM Punk and put his title reign on the line. A controversial star is working an unapproved WWE angle with CM Punk. A former WWE star might be scheming to return by stirring trouble with CM Punk, according to inside sources, but the veteran doubts the company greenlit the plan. Riddle dropped some wild comments about AJ Lee and CM Punk lately, making sources think it's real. He also skipped a wrestling event earlier this month, leaving people wondering what he's up to. Sources believe this could be Riddle's way to force a WWE comeback. Still, his edgy moves probably aren't okayed by the Stamford company. On Writing with Russo, the insider said, "Yeah, I think he is working an angle. I don't think they've agreed to an angle. I didn't say that because I agree with you 1,000,000,000%. He is not doing that on the WWE's watch. I think he is trying to work an angle. I think he may have smartened Punk up, but yeah, I don't think he has anything in place with the WWE right now." Inside sources see all of Riddle's latest stunts as a bid to spark a feud with CM Punk. On the same Writing with Russo episode, inside sources added, "We say, bro, how badly do they need stars? Riddle can walk into that roster right now and be in that top 5 of that company without the shadow of a doubt." So because of the AJ Lee comments, I would not be surprised if he is trying to shoot some kind of an angle to go back. Whether Matt Riddle actually steps back into the Stamford promotion someday is anyone's guess. Why Brock Lesnar versus John Cena isn't headlining WWE Wrestlepalooza. Even though WWE billed John Cena versus Brock Lesnar as the top match when they first announced Wrestlepalooza, it won't close the first ever premium live event. The news stems from Lesnar's surprise attack on his old rival at SummerSlam. To celebrate the big shift of WWE premium live events to ESPN, the company revealed the new show with Cena in the spotlight. But with just days left, Pat McAfee shared that the epic final battle between the Beast and the 17-time champ won't go last. Here are 5 likely reasons the heated Cena-Lesnar clash isn't headlining WrestlePalooza. A John Cena versus Brock Lesnar fight would suit any premium live event finale. No title hangs in the balance, but that's happened before for massive shows. Roman Reigns beat The Undertaker to main event WrestleMania 33. The top champs then, Bray Wyatt and Goldberg, didn't get the nod. While Cena's on his retirement tour, WrestlePalooza packs 2 title bouts and a huge mixed tag team match. Some fans might push back against a non-title war ending the night, no matter the hype. AEW kicked off its pay-per-views in the afternoon, all through 2025. It feels odd in the US, but it works for spots like London or other global markets. Since All Out hits Toronto, Tony Khan sticks with the early start. WrestlePalooza begins at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, overlapping the end of All Out. WWE leaders might have slotted the giant Cena Beast showdown to open strong against AEW's show. It's not the first time both companies ran events the same weekend or day. Forbidden Door 2025 and NXT Heatwave 2025 both landed on August 24th, 2025. Big matches often close shows when something huge waits in the wings. No belt was at stake in the triple threat with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Reigns on night 1 of WrestleMania 41. It ended the night because Paul Heyman ditched Punk and Reigns to side with the Visionary. Officials could have cooked up a major twist, like Gunther returning to face off with John Cena or Brock Lesnar. That could pop in the opener too, but the close would hit harder. If nothing special lines up beyond a simple win, shifting the match away from the end makes sense. The women's side in WWE wasn't closing premium live events as often as now more than 10 years back. John Cena has wrestled at nearly every show this year, but he doesn't have to end them all. Women's wrestling has grown huge, with Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Ronda Rousey topping WrestleMania 35. Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks closed one night at the Showcase of the Immortals. AJ Lee hasn't stepped in the ring in 10 years, and WrestlePalooza marks her first bout back. Toss in CM Punk's beef with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, and you've got a recipe for a show closer. If the mixed tag team match doesn't end WrestlePalooza, then Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre probably will. The American Nightmare carries WWE's top belt and ranks as one of the biggest names around. It's tough to knock a major title fight from the finale, especially with their feud simmering for over a year. Rhodes sat out Clash in Paris and makes his first defense in his second undisputed championship stint. If Rhodes took on someone like The Miz, it wouldn't scream main event. Plus, Randy Orton could shake things up, so WrestlePalooza has room for a game-changing close in the title war. Cody Rhodes will lose the WWE Championship at Wrestle Palooza. Cody Rhodes is set to defend the undisputed WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre at Wrestle Palooza. This feud has been meticulously built on SmackDown over the past few weeks, given their deep-rooted history. However, the clock could be ticking on Rhodes' championship reign since WWE's creative head, Triple H, may have given away the outcome. Initially, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar was expected to headline Wrestle Palooza, but it was recently announced that this match will kick off the show. Therefore, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre is likely to headline the event because of the involvement of the undisputed WWE Championship. Showcasing this title in the main event aligns with WWE's brand strategy to highlight its top prize for a new broadcast partner. With ESPN's recent announcement, Triple H may have subtly indicated that a massive shocker is coming for fans in the main event of Wrestle Palooza, and there couldn't be a bigger shock than Drew McIntyre dethroning Cody Rhodes. The American Nightmare won the undisputed WWE Championship at SummerSlam by defeating John Cena. Therefore, Rhodes losing the gold in his very first title defense will be one of the biggest shockers. No one is anticipating such a move, especially given that WWE portrays him as the current face of the promotion. However, the company has been going all out to make Wrestle Palooza a WrestleMania-level show since it will kick off the ESPN deal. Hence, WWE wouldn't be reluctant to pull off such a monumental shocker by having Cody Rhodes lose the coveted title in the main event. This could be one of the biggest highlights of the night, perfect to kick off WWE's first PLE on ESPN. McIntyre and Rhodes' personal animosity, along with the title's prestige, makes it a prime candidate to close the show with a jaw-dropper. However, this is nothing but a mere theory at this point. It remains to be seen what happens at Wrestle Palooza. Cody Rhodes made his return on SmackDown last week after being away from WWE for several weeks. He suffered a merciless attack at the hands of Drew McIntyre on the SmackDown after SummerSlam. This resulted in him getting sidelined for quite some time. Although Rhodes will battle McIntyre this weekend, he has been absent from the buildup of this feud the entire time. The WWE Universe felt the need for his presence, which could have added much more depth to this rivalry. Hence, there is a good possibility that Triple H may stretch this feud for a month or two. Regardless of the outcome at Wrestle Palooza, Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre might continue their feud. WWE still has a lot to explore in this rivalry, and ending it too soon would be a missed shot. The two superstars have a deep-rooted history that goes back to their days as a tag team partners. The creative team is expected to unravel new layers in this storyline going forward. Hence, Wrestle Palooza may not see the last chapter of Rhodes versus McIntyre. It will be interesting to see what Triple H has in store for both superstars on SmackDown. Cody mentioned that though he was initially skeptical, he no longer had any doubts about Breaker's chances of becoming the face of WWE eventually. I love Braun Breaker, and he's not going to like me saying this, but I'm glad you talked to him, because Braun Breaker is... I didn't think this at first, and I don't mean this with any disrespect. I do think it now, though. He's the future of WWE. He's definitely someone that we're positioning to be there as we go. Though Vince Russo acknowledged that Braun Breaker was a tremendous all-around talent, he feels the Vision member had a very generic character and that he was unlikely to be picked for such a crucial spot. I don't think so, bro. I don't. God, I swear to God. And I said this from day one. This guy's freaking name alone is going to hold him back. I don't think... Listen, he is a solid player. Is he main event? I look at him right now, and I don't see that, man. I just don't see that. I see a very strong, generic wrestler. I mean, that's what I see.